GLM 5.3 Flash has officially launched with open weights, and we're live right now talking about it. So we are live while making this video, but more than likely you might be watching this afterwards. That's fine. Since then, though, we've been deployed 3.8 Flash, which is Qwen 3.8 Flash, also on the Sparks. That'll be a whole other video. But GLM 5.3 Flash also opened up with open weights, and they brought out it in the base form and then in FP8 as well. We also, though, downloaded the NVIDIA V4 version of this model and are downloading it, and unfortunately, it is not going to be able to be ran on one Spark. None of these models are going to be able to be ran on one Spark, but the NVIDIA V4 model is seeming like it will run on 2 Sparks, while the FP8 model will be looking to be ran on 3 or 4 Sparks. So it's kind of up to you how you want to run it. We are currently trying to do on 2 to see how the speeds are, and then we'll probably bump it up to FP8. But since then, they finally put out their benchmarks on this particular model right now. And what you see on the right-hand side is us building some stuff currently with 3.8, Qwen 3.8 Flash. But they just put this out 5.3 on the artificial intelligence. They are putting this at 57, 1 point behind a 2.4 trillion parameter model that is 3.8, 2.4, active 95B, and it's only 3 points behind the Big Daddy 5.3 Max that just dropped like 2 weeks ago. And those weights are supposed to be opening pretty soon as well. This goes back to what I said once again, where you got to start trying to figure out, do you want speed or do you want brains? And of course, a lot of people will take brain over speed. They're willing to go the strongest brain possible if it's 30 tokens per second. But the question now is no longer that. It's more so, are you willing to take that big brain and probably drop that down 10%, 5%, at the most 15%, but be able to gain, instead of 30 tokens per second, 60, 70, 80? That's where these things are starting to come into fruition, where you have to start thinking about it. Same thing happened, as I stated before, with DeepSeek V4 Flash. See, DeepSeek V4 Flash, currently, when you look at it on this chart, versus 5.2, 5.2 GLM was sitting at 53 with DeepSeek V4 Flash running in at 52. GLM 5.2, though, was sitting like at 30 to 40 tokens per second, while DeepSeek V4 Flash on DSpark was running at like 60 to 80. TP4, you can run GLM 5.2, so you have to use all 4 Sparks. With DeepSeek, you only had to do 2. But when you brought up DeepSeek to TP4 using all 4 Sparks, that went from 80 to 120 tokens per second. So it's like, I'm okay taking a less smarter model that's not that far off, and based upon the overall index is a better agentic model for double, no, my bad, not double, 3 times, 4 times the amount of speed. That all said, now that's no longer even a question. Now we got GLM that can run on 2 Sparks. That's 3 notches down on the overall intelligence from the bigger model. And I can run that, and more than likely going to be able to run that faster than this GLM. So now I have to question, do I want to run the full GLM or the Flash version of GLM and compare the two? Now, with that said, this context, they said it's 400K. I did not know that. So I think, though, when we were using it as Ox Alpha, I remember it being 1 million. So I don't know. That also said, though, it's not showing up here, but it is a 300 in, I'm going to see, I think 320 billion parameter 18 active model. So that is pretty solid. And we know that in that range, you could probably, I know with DSpark, with their active was the DSpark active for Flash was 13. So 13 versus 18, that's what DSpark, of course. You could probably still see around the 50s, maybe 50, 60, maybe with the Flash. Who knows? Maybe even faster. People are going to be able to tune this thing and get it right, because we'll be using more than likely D-Flash for GLM. But that all said, man, it's going to be a question of me that run 4 Sparks. Do I want to run 4 Sparks, GLM 5.3 Flash, or GLM 5.3, the full model? Or do I want to only run it with 2? You know, that's just kind of where I'm going to be currently at and currently thinking. From an agentic scale, let's look this up because I'm very curious. God damn. So they're putting this at 58. So they're putting it 1 point behind the Big Daddy. Is Daddy. There's not really that much of a difference between the two. I mean, we'll have to do some more tests to see for certain, but man, this model right here is performing extremely strong. You should be able to run it on 2 Sparks. We are currently trying to get it loaded on there right now. So boot 5 is off. We've been at boot 5, so we've just been tuning it, trying to get this thing to launch. Once we get it to launch, we'll be able to then see how it performs. Qwen 3.8, I'll be dropping a video on that soon as well. We just did like we built like a little dating app. We also have a voxel going, and then we're also building out a SaaS right now. Salute to the homies in the chat. We got that building out, so that's getting built also. So we'll do a whole dedicated video about that. But man, today, we always say this in chat, I want to know, we always say this, like, this was the biggest day in local AI. Like, this is crazy because you got Qwen dropped last week. DeepSeek dropped the vision. They haven't dropped open weights yet. It's probably coming soon. GLM is going to be dropping their full model probably sometime this week as well. Maybe even any moment now. Who knows? But today we have 2 big models that dropped that can run on 2 DGX Sparks. It's definitely more of a big model day. You know, you gotta have some compute powers with this. But and unfortunately, I really wish that we would have got one of these models to run on 1 Spark. Unfortunately, we can't. But you know, we will be making some videos and keeping you guys up on the content overall for it. But GLM Flash is now live 5.3. We're gonna be doing some speed testing it out. Follow us over on Twitter. Come through on the live stream if you are watching this now and it's live. And we'll be doing some more testing and we'll do a follow-up. We're going to do a full-on follow-up. But I wanted this to drop a video dedicated to the fact that GLM 5.3 Flash is live and let you guys know how it is via the benchmarks. I know y'all sometimes hate the benchmarks, but look, I'm not able to test the model right now, so all I got is the benchmarks. We're trying to load it up now to see how it is and go from there. But even then, let's just take a little quick look at how it is. Oh my. So from an agentic real-world task, it is even beating out the bigger model. Oh, it's right behind Opus. Agentic tool use, right behind its Big Daddy. For banking, for the agentic coding and terminal use, it's beating out Max on a lot of these things. And the thing is, when we were seeing people use this Ox Alpha, they were saying, man, this is a crazy model off the rip. Like, people were already extremely fascinated for this model. So we got coding is kind of low on here on this end. Max is way up there. Humanity's last exam, 40%. Scientific reasoning, very high up there. I'm very curious about this right here. So it's pretty low. But also hallucination rate. Yeah. So really good on the hallucination rate. Really good. Even better than GLM. That's one of the things that DeepSeek has lacked for a minute. I mean, he smokes a lot of pot. I don't know. But very solid. Long context reasoning high up. Some of these, they didn't get the rest of these benchmarks for it. But we're going to get it going. We're going to get it going. We're going to get it going. We'll be testing it out very soon. We are trying to load these up right now. So what we are also seeing for the 2 Spark repo that we'll be dropping, it's looking like the context is going to be very low on the 131,000 for 2 Sparks. Of course, with 4, you'll be able to probably get the full thing. So is this going to be a toss-up trying to figure out how to deploy this and where to deploy this? Whether I'm not even going to run 3.8 Qwen, which I do like, and the speeds are nice on this. I like this model right here that's above me. It's running at about 50 tokens per second. It can run off of 2 Sparks easy with full context. With some headroom, we're running it NTP4. We'll probably be able to run it with D-Flash or something like that very soon, or D-Spark. We're waiting on whoever's going to deploy that. So you'll probably be able to get even faster speeds, but this can run on 2 Sparks with no issues whatsoever. It's like made for it, and it's very strong. GLM, on the other hand, you can run it on 2. You'll have a very tight headroom, so it might be a better deploy on 4 Sparks. But then when you go to 4 Sparks, you're like, do I use the Big Daddy GLM? That's the part that is just going to be playing with my mind that I'm going to have to figure out at the end of the day. But I honestly might even lean more to the the combo 3.8 and 3.8 and GLM. So yeah, and we got that already. I guess we're going to be waiting. It's going to be a minute, so we probably even see maybe a day or two. Obviously, artificial analysis is probably running tests right now on this new Qwen 3.8 model, but from based upon what we've seen for it, which I will follow up for, it's looking like it's a better model than 27B. So it's looking like it's going to go, you know, probably somewhere above DeepSeek V4 Pro, in my opinion. So, you know, stay tuned. Let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.